Our
or
mic was off. Got to start it again. Hey, we're
uh-oh.
back. Now the mic is on. Oh, wow. I forgot that. Kind of, kind of make sure we got to do things on our own for a little bit. But hey, we're back. I do Taking the Journey show. We're here. Hey, make sure you
Taking the
share
journey
together.
together.
Exactly. Share with your friends. Share with your enemies. Share with your next new couple person, long-term relationship you
Everybody you
have.
know.
Exactly. Please share.
Wow, sound like I'm loud. I hope I'm not.
You are. It's just that the studio is a little loud.
Oh, okay.
That's the only reason why. But
All right.
well, make sure they hear you. That's why.
Oh, well,
Got a very
thank
good
you.
voice, and we love to hear you. That's why.
Mm, thank you. You're so sweet.
Okay. Hey, on that sweet matter, can you give us the sweet vision of the show? What is it all about? What are we trying to do?
We're trying to understand that people are going to relate.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter what anybody says, they're
Mm-hmm.
going to relate. And our goal is to make sure that people understand that the best way to relate
Mm-hmm.
is in a balanced way. And by
Balance.
balanced, I mean finding that person that they have a close friendship with,
Mm-hmm.
building on that friendship until it builds into a lovership and a committed relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when you get into the decision of marrying or cohabiting or partnership or whatever works for you. But you're in that with your friend and your lover.
All right, all right. Yep, put it on the bottom real quickly. There's the Taking the Journey. That's our email address. Got any questions? Got any concerns? Hey, we're here to help you out. We got a coaching license, relationship coaching license. So
Yes.
if you need some help in coaching, please get to us. Email us. There's nothing let's say nothing stupid with your questions. Especially you might be having something that you're trying to move forward. You need some help to make sure
Hmm.
you accomplish that task. That's what coaching is all about. We'll be there to
Absolutely.
support you. Definitely there to support you. We also, I'm going to do this right up front, which is unusual. We have a show that we do where?
On WRUU
Mm-hmm.
on Saturday mornings at 9 o'clock, from 9 to 10 o'clock every Saturday morning. 107.5, I believe it is. WRUU right here in Savannah, Georgia.
Savannah, Georgia. Of course, you can go online and hear it anywhere else in the world. Of course, there's archives too. There's a link up there for our archives. You can listen to our past ones. All
Yes.
right, let's get things going. What are
But
we talking
before
about?
we get things
Oh, I'm
going,
sorry.
before we get things going,
Mhm.
I just want to announce that my wonderful, 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 wonderful husband is about to add on another milestone. He reaches another year on this earth tomorrow.
Oh my goodness, you
Yes.
surprised me. Tomorrow is my what they call born day.
Yes.
Okay, I'm born
Yes.
day. Wow, I did not expect it. Was not necessarily want to talk about it open, but I'll take gifts, I'll take presents, and take some love too. At the same time, we need that kind of energy. But thank you very
Yes.
much.
No problem.
I'll
Feel
be what?
free to go on to Facebook Messenger and send him some happy birthday wishes.
On the Taking the Journey
Uh,
Facebook side.
yeah,
Yeah,
taking the journey together.
definitely,
Yes.
definitely. Well, just think about this. I'll be what 26 again.
Uh huh.
Don't I got a 26 look? I guess.
26 for the 26th time?
Mm-hmm. 26 for the
Never.
26th time. Oh man.
No, not you.
Mm-mm.
No.
I remember yesterday we were someplace and I was talking about trying to. I was a young. I was talking to a young lady who was trying to get our pictures together for our passports, and
Yes.
I was saying, "So how
Yes.
are you doing? You doing it well?" And she said, "Good." I said, "So do you think my picture looks good enough there for what we're doing?" I said, she just looks, she goes, yes. I said, and what is it? What was that? I'm kind of paraphrasing. She goes,
Mm-hmm.
oh, I like your beard. The beard looks good on you.
Yeah.
And I said, oh, shoot, that's what everybody says. And I was in the process of thinking about trying to get rid of my beard. Oh, I know what it was. She was outlining her face so it could be correct. So I said, so
Mm-hmm.
can you just take my beard off and put a mustache on? She says, no, your beard looks good.
So,
And that's what people say all the time. So if
including me.
exactly. So if you think my beard looks good, make sure for our birthday, my birthday, put down happy birthday,
Or or
Amar.
or happy beard day.
Beard day. That would be different. I've
Yeah.
been wanting to try to get rid of this beard. I colored one time black. It just did not work.
It's like, don't ever do that again.
We
Ever.
go different places. We fly different places. We travel different places. We get kids coming up to me and saying, "I like your beard." Get older people, or old as me and younger, say, "I like your beard." I'm like, okay, so I
Yes.
guess I can't get rid of it.
Yeah.
Do you think you think by me doing that, I'm catering more to what the public likes than what I like? Put it like this: if you think I
No.
should cater to what the public says that I like to keep the beard on, then okay, for my birthday, let me know if you think the beard looks good and it should stay on my face. We'd love to hear that.
And
How's
more
that?
than that,
What's that?
Also, should he not listen to his wife?
Oh,
Yes.
I mean, should I be committed
Exactly.
to listen to my wife?
Exactly.
Listen to you, Sharon.
Ooh,
In this
you
matter?
got it. You
That's
got
I
it.
guess that's what our topic is. Well, on the what? Where are we at on this kind of topic?
On,
right now? Oh, look at that. Commitment number what?
It's part 4. We've been doing this for a minute.
Yay.
We're getting closer to the end of it, I think,
Yeah,
though, but
I
not to
know.
the
And
end
after
of our
that, we go our
commitment.
separate ways, and
I
I'll cut
said-
my beard.
As
and
I
don't have to
said,
worry
but
about
not to the end of
it.
our
Oh,
commitment.
Okay.
Don't even play.
Commitment is every day,
Yes, it is.
24/7,
Yeah, every minute.
every minute. Okay, better or worse, right?
I'm committed.
Sour, or joyful. I'm not saying you're sour, but I'm just saying.
Oh, I'm like sour.
I don't know
I
where
was
that
trying to
came
figure
out.
out where that
I don't know where that came out. Joy.
Did you see
and
my blank
sorry.
look?
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to figure. Was that a Freudian slip or what? Sickness and health. And what's the last one?
Till
Long
life
as
Do us together.
what? Life do us together. No,
Yeah.
as long as we both shall live.
Yes, yes.
Mhm.
As-
Even if it is in the next world to come.
Absolutely. We'll come around again.
I'll be coming around the mountain when they come.
Uh-huh. And I'll be waiting around that mountain.
So commitment, as you can see, we're talking about, is really an attitude.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's a mindset. Can you
Yes.
set your mind in such a way? Some of this you guys already know, you already heard before. Can you set your mind to be committed? Will you set your mind to be committed? Is that a possibility for you to do?
We got some comments up there. I wonder if they're committed comments.
Nah, it's the usual thing you say.
Oh.
Oh, there is. Michael Hawkins. Keep up the good work. There's somebody new.
Thank you.
Thank you, Michael. I'll put that up there, Mr. Hawkins. So we appreciate you saying something good. Definitely. So can you stay committed? Mr. Hawkins, give us a feedback of what you think. Can you stay committed? Can we stay committed? Is it possible for people to stay committed? We look at commitment as being something that's a long-term relationship, not a short-term relationship. No doubt about it. And can you really stay committed? Should you stay committed from that end? I mean, if you look at it from the vow point of view, it is supposed to be something that is a long-term.
Mm-hmm.
It's supposed to be giving the impression that the possibility is that you can keep that commitment. But
Till death do you part.
that does mean it too.
Yeah.
But I mean, for at the end of the day, I mean, it's really something that you both have to admit.
Exactly.
You both have to feel. You both
you have to commit
make
to.
the decision.
It has to be mutual mutual commitment.
Was that money involved with this? I'm
Yeah.
committed to you because of the fact I'm paying you or something. Is that what it is? You want
No.
your commission?
I want my commission. And you know what? We are paying each other
And how's that forward?
in time
Or
and
backwards?
memories.
Okay, we're paying it forward,
Yes,
and then we have something back in the memories.
exactly.
That's not bad. I love that. You did that real quick.
It just popped into my head right
I
there.
can see it did. A way of thinking, a commitment
Mhm.
enables you and your spouse to navigate through the still waters and the troubled waters of life, because marriage relationship is working on it. And it's almost like remodeling a house.
Yes.
And taking a journey is all about you trying to expand or remodel your house or your relationship
Mhm.
anyway.
Because things never should stay the same.
No.
It becomes monotonous, redundant,
Mhm.
and and it gets to the point where if things stay the same, you start taking it for granted, and that
Mhm.
includes your commitment to one another.
Exactly. So with that remodeling the house, it's going to take longer than you planned, the cost is going to be more than what you figured. And it's cheaper to keep her anyway, and it's messier than you anticipated. She got up in the morning, then big bump curls, and there was no kind of paint on her bar. You're like, ah.
Yeah.
And you went to bed that night as a guy. You smelled because you just cut the grass and you were working hard on the job. You were too tired to even take a shower, and you hit the bed, and she was like, "Oh my God."
You hit the bed and she hit the sofa.
Yeah, it could have been. That's
Yeah.
messier than you anticipated. You got now kids running all over the place.
Yes.
You ain't never changed a diaper before in your life. What a mess.
And not to mention the dog that wants attention too.
Exactly. Okay. It
Yeah.
requires greater determination than what you expected. Exactly. Because you
Oh,
know the
yes.
honeymoon that you had, hopefully you had
Mhm.
when some people have too much honeymoons, then you definitely in turn found out after the honeymoon, oh man,
Yeah.
there's a little more work. I can't stay in the bed all the time with her. I got some things I got to do.
Uh-huh.
I
And
mean,
that's
it can be pleasurable all the time.
and that's when you start to realize that
What did I
there
get myself into?
yeah, because you're looking at idiosyncrasies that may not
Mhm.
have arisen
Mm-hmm.
before that. And it's like you do what? Um, you clean your nails at the table with the knife, and so
That was my toenails, actually.
no, that was you were clipping them. You weren't cleaning
Oh,
them.
okay. There you go. I
Yeah.
put the
Yeah,
newspaper on the table.
sawing
like I'm
them off
supposed to.
with
And
the
just my granddad did. So
oh.
you should, and
I hope you're joking.
grandma didn't like it either. Anyway,
Yeah.
that's that. Sometimes the only thing that you can keep you going in that relationship or in the relationship, even ours, is hope.
Hope.
You got to keep that hope
Yeah.
alive. I mean,
Exactly.
hope is going to get better.
Yeah.
Hope she'll look better. Hope she'll get fine, and as it is with wine, as age goes by.
Mhm.
Hope that we get more merged together in such a way that
Yeah.
we're all comfortable with each other. We're not trying to so much to try to remake each other, but
Mhm.
trying to in turn merge with one another and feel comfortable with one another and say
Yeah.
that we really are about us. It
Yeah.
is really about us.
And somewhere along the line, you have to have a belief in each other and the relationship.
Yes. Yeah, we talked about that
Yeah.
before. Bridge statements, where
Mhm.
you have to have a bridge statement, or you bring a bridge statement that
Mhm.
we are to be together.
Yes.
God has put us together.
The
things like
universe
that.
has ordained it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
it's beyond just because I made that vow that day, or I got pictures of me at the wall. This is something that
Yeah.
goes way deep inside.
Because
It's a spiritual thing.
yeah, because Mama and Daddy said that I had to marry you.
Yeah, shotgun wedding.
Yeah. You were the only man that was going to ever come around and want me, so I had to jump at the opportunity.
Some people
Yeah.
marry up
Yeah.
money.
Exactly.
I know many military bases we talked about last time. Military bases marriages happen all the time. They happen for years.
This is a really silly statement that just popped
Mhm.
into my mind. If she marries up, does that mean he marries down?
I guess that's what they would probably say.
So
This is from financial point of view.
yeah, so it's not a win-win situation.
No, I think the whole thing like that's really not. But that's been going on for years.
Oh, I know.
I mean, you have fixed
know.
marriages in other countries that are like that.
Not fixed marriages, but
I know that's not the word, but you know what I'm
yeah,
talking about.
yeah.
Yeah, and they've been set up like that ever since they were young.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
To be that way.
And know what the price is for her.
Mm-hmm. It don't mean that they can't find
cows
love
and a goat.
create love out of that.
Mm-hmm.
Though it started
Yeah.
that way, but hey, many of us started in such a way. There was no friendship involved. It
No,
was lust of some anything
and
in between.
for a lot of
gold dust
them,
and everything else.
they'd never even seen each other in some
And-
situations.
oh yeah, you're right about
They'd
that.
never seen arranged marriages.
Oh
what
yeah,
it's
that's the
called.
word,
Yeah.
arranged.
So yeah, but still, even in an arranged marriage,
Mm-hmm.
there is that commitment to follow through with it because it is the custom, it is the tradition, it is the way things are done in that society.
Mm-hmm.
So commitment is still there.
That's true. That's
Yeah.
very true. Commitment like a business. No.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So intentionally, customers. Look at I'm still on that track. Can you believe that?
Get capitalism out of the mind.
I know that, but ooh.
And you're not even a capitalistic thinking person.
Well, that's really wrong when you think it kind of twisted when you think about it in a relationship, because there's the prenups. And prenups have everything to do with how much money she gets. And how I'm like, for instance,
or he, depending on who already has
for instance, Exhibit. I think that's the name. Black guy by the name of Exhibit. They said that he right now is broke, having a hard time with his money, making any money,
Mhm.
but he's got to pay his ex almost $3 million every month. So she's living better than him right now.
Well, how can you pay that if you don't have that?
I don't know how that works. It's just that's what they're saying. It could be just a fairy tale, urban legend, or something like
Yeah.
that.
I always had an issue with prenups.
What's that?
Probably because I never had enough to put to need
You
one.
didn't have enough for the
Yeah,
prenup.
exactly. I never had enough.
He's
But
supposed to have
no. But what I'm saying, well, sometimes it's
the woman too. Yeah.
yeah. But I never had. I never felt good about them because on some level
Hmm.
it said that the person who has money does not trust the other person
Hmm.
to um to be fair
Hmm.
when the chips are down, when the love is gone.
Uh huh.
um and and I guess I can understand that, but it's kind of a it kind of sets the relationship up in my mind
Hmm.
to with the backstory of it's gonna fail.
Well, I mean, if you want to call it like a golden parachute, like they said in business wise,
Hmm.
oh yeah, definitely,
Yeah.
definitely. It's more like we're not trying to ever think about repairing this automobile that will break down because automobiles do break down.
Hmm.
We're not going to try to repair it. We're just going
does
to
that
get out
mean
of it.
does that mean you love her like your Jeep?
I won't even go that way.
Okay.
I'm really not. I'm not going that. I am not going down that road.
Thank
But
you.
still, the older relationships were about, we're going to try to fix this. We're going to
Yeah.
try to repair this. We're
Exactly.
going to try to keep it going. And of course, not uni, but taking the journey together is all about trying to expand it. So you
Hmm.
get enough base, enough information, enough
Right.
knowledge, enough good, positive, liking, loving energy to support your relationship.
Hmm.
So it can withstand if like a palm tree in the wind
Right.
when troubles times are there, or if you're adding more responsibility to it, your roots of what you know and knowledge and connect it to one another, expansion, in saying some words,
Hmm.
is going to be able to take more of it. I mean, for examples, we have 4 different projects that we're doing right now. One of them, we're trying to get a movie done,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
We're still having trouble with our director in the place where we want to do this particular movie, and
Hmm.
we have a play that we're also trying to
Yeah.
do, and that's a lot of responsibilities
Hmm.
and energy in a relationship. But as we expand more of who we are
Yeah.
and connect to who we are, then we find that we have abilities and talents that we didn't know because we weren't trying to do something as a project together, that
Right.
we know that we really have, that helps us out to be able to actually accomplish those tasks, right?
Hmm. Exactly. And that means, and those are things that we have going together, and
Hmm.
there's still things that we have um that are individual dreams
Hmm.
that, even though they're individual dreams, we need one another's support in making them come to fruition.
Yeah, there's what's that? Because you were in science, you want to be a nurse, and I was in electronics, which is on the science. They're all still part of that science
Yeah.
part, nerds. But anyway, there's that saying that in science, there's that it's not synchronicity. I forgot what it's called exactly, but where you put 2 energies together and you actually get a threefold output. Not two. It's not called synergy. What's it called?
I don't know, because that sounds more like electronics. And
No. Or electronics still start with the elements of atoms and
yeah. Yeah.
neutrons and all that stuff, but that's still the basic elements of energy itself. They
Yeah.
are the
Yeah.
elements of energy.
Hmm.
But I'm just saying, there's a saying that has to do that when you put 2 energies together and you put them together, they equal 3. In fact, I think there's a mathematical problem that supports that.
Yeah.
So what you could do with someone else is more than what you could do by yourself. How's that?
Definitely.
Now that's called
Yeah.
interconnectivity, to be honest with you.
Yes.
That's called
Yeah.
interconnectivity. So yeah, um, to want to do a project for yourself in a relationship, there's nothing wrong with it. Sometimes that's pushed too much as being, what you do in a relationship.
Hmm.
I call that you do your thing, I do my thing, and somehow we get along. But when you move to that next level of what we're talking about, taking the journey together, then you work together on projects together. Then both of our talents, both of our energies,
Right.
ends up where we are being able to do more than what we could do by ourselves.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And
Kind of team approach, if you may want to
yeah,
say.
team approach is always very good.
Yeah.
Because it just works better. And the more ideas you have in putting something together, it's the better it gets.
More, you mean more heads in the, what do they call it?
Um, I don't know. I know
More.
what you're talking about, but I can't get it.
Well, you ever heard that before?
Yeah.
More heads in the idea. What's it called?
I can't get it right. So we're
Your
gonna
head's
just.
not getting in it now.
It is not.
I can tell.
This head is just kind of like on the tired page, but that's okay because we're gonna make it.
We're going to make it after all. Okay.
Yes.
What are the signs of a committed relationship? Do we talk about the signs?
Yes.
Help people out to know if they're in a committed relationship, are they moving into a committed
Mhm.
relationship, or they know that they need to build this relationship now to be more committed,
Yeah.
or maybe committed the first time.
Yeah. We talked a lot about
Mhm.
these. We
Signs.
talked about these signs. Yeah, we went over most of them, I think.
Yeah, we did. I think
Yeah.
we did on this one. Let's go back real quick. The talk about relationship hopes and expectations.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you do in that relationship. You talk about
Yes.
those hopes and expectations. You make plans for the future.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly everyone kind of agrees that if you're in a committed relationship and you're moving forward, especially if it's a long-term one,
Yes.
you're going to be talking about the future. And it ain't
Mhm.
me next week. I'm going down to get some gas in my car. You come down with me?
No.
No, a little bit further than that. You both put in the effort,
Yes.
You both
Mhm.
notice the word, you both put in
Both.
the effort.
And
Not
it
one,
has
not
to
one.
be,
Mhm.
if you're going to do a commitment, you can't just have it on one side. That's not a commitment. That is um one person being committed. I mean, I don't even know what the word is for it.
Mhm.
But, a lot of times we make that mistake, and as I said before, um in my last relationship, that was me.
Mhm.
I, got to the point that I was like, well, that's okay. I can love enough for both of us and hold things together. And
How'd that work out?
who am I with now?
I don't know.
You.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
And you would.
Yeah, you're right. I was thinking about something else for a second.
I know, I could tell. I saw it in your eyes.
Yeah, okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, it didn't work out. That's why
Mhm.
we're no longer together.
Mhm.
Um, it's a lot of work. It's hard, and you put everything that you have out there,
Mhm.
and you're not getting the equivalent back,
Mhm.
and it's just draining on you, on your emotions, on your relationship, and your health.
So you feel like you're a bucket with a whole bunch of holes in it. You put water in it, and it just keeps on leaking out.
Yeah.
Never really is able to fill up totally.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
eventually you feel like that half the bottom is cut out of that bucket and you're holding it on the side just to keep what little water you can keep in on that side.
Mm.
And most of it is going out. There's basically nothing there
Mhm.
except um some small semblance of what you have experienced way in the past that you can maybe hang on to.
Mm.
That's not the way to be in a relationship.
Well, it sounds like to me that may have to get that kind of commercial thing that you can paint it on the side of a bucket. You can paint it on the bottom of a boat, and it will stay waterproof, and no water will get out and get in.
That's if you make that recommitment.
That's true. What is that stuff that's out there?
Flex Seal.
Yeah, Flex Seal. There you go. That relationship Flex Seal. Today you get to learn some committed ways or relationship Flex Seal, Flex Shield,
Flex Seal.
Flex Seal are ways of, how can I say it, sealing those holes in your relationship.
Exactly.
If you're not talking about things for the future, start talking about it. There goes Flex Seal being painted on that
Yes.
hole. If you haven't put any effort in your relationship, then take that
And that
Flex
hole
Seal and paint it on that one.
Yeah.
If you're not spending a large amount of time with one another, get you some more of that Flex Seal and paint those holes in there. Yeah,
Exactly.
just like that.
And then you'll be locked in that bucket together.
Exactly.
So you have to spend more time together.
Exactly. Hopefully, no one puts too much water on it. Then
Yeah.
you'll be like, those frogs that
Yeah.
go, they kind of boil themselves to death. No, I'm just joking.
But the time together bucket
Mm-hmm.
does need some holes in it,
Yeah.
because even though it's great to spend time together,
Mm-hmm.
you need some time alone too.
Yes, exactly.
because sometimes you need to just gather
I wonder
your
why.
thoughts.
I wonder why. In every time we talk about this, you always bring that up about the separate time the individual needs in the relationship. You do that a lot. I wonder why.
Um,
Things that make you go, Are you saying that I'm spending too much time with you, or we're spending too much time with each other? So you got to get that fair warning now.
no, because we don't, because even all day
Mm-hmm.
you're doing the things that you have
Well,
to do, and
well,
I'm at work.
well. I know
And
that. I
then
mean,
when
that's a
we,
reality. Folks out there
yeah,
don't know that.
yeah,
I'm just saying out of observations, out of our conversations, when we get to this particular portion about together time,
hmm
you usually bring up the side of where you're going to need to take some time for yourself.
and because that's my experience from being where I am. I have things poured into me, and I'm pouring things out of me all day long
Where's
when
this
I'm
at?
on the job.
Oh, you work?
I've
I thought
I've
you were
got
working on the railroad.
all the live long day.
You're talking about at school.
At school. Yeah, I have,
Hmm.
you know, kids are coming to
As a
me
teacher,
with
some people might be the first
yeah,
time listen to it. You've never, heard us before for the first time, and because this could be the first time you're hearing, she's actually an English teacher, so
yeah,
that's one of the reasons why she's bringing it up.
yeah. And kids are coming to me. Oh, that reminds me. Anyway,
Hmm.
kids are coming to me all the time,
Hmm.
and they are, you know, this is not going right, that's not going right.
Hmm.
Seldom do they come and, oh, guess what? I've got good news or anything
Hmm.
like that. And then I have to pour into them. And
Hmm.
plus I have to give all the lessons and this and that, the other. And I need me time so that I can come home
Hmm.
and spend some
So,
quality us
so I was
time.
going to say, what does that have to do with us? It has everything to what you said,
Mm-hmm.
which is you don't necessarily then have enough energy
Yeah.
to commit to me
Right.
because your job has you set up. I think it's
Drained.
been the doctrine really in the first place and how it, has set you up in your teaching
Mm-hmm.
kinds of way to give all your energy
Yeah.
of commitment to
Uh-huh.
that job. Just like if
Mm-hmm.
someone was in the
I
military,
have to be
they're
committed to
they're
those
they're
kids.
married to that in fact, it says in the paperwork when you get into the military, I was in the military before, they're really your mate.
Mm-hmm.
You're really
Yeah.
married to the military, which is why divorce is very high in the
Yeah.
military too. And I would bet divorce is probably high a lot in the teaching job because you do and are required for you to put a lot of commitment time into the children.
Mm-hmm.
And if that other mate doesn't understand that kind of energy, then they're going to feel left out. Like
Right.
sometimes I do.
Yeah.
And at the same time, if you're not conscious of the fact that a lot of your energy is going into that
Mm-hmm.
relationship at school, because it was taught for you to do that,
Yeah.
and that's how you're going to be a good teacher. If you do really be and show yourself as a good teacher, it's going to be that way.
Yeah.
And if you're not conscious enough to understand that that is a piece that's keeping you from being committed on the side of the vow that you made in your relationship,
Mm-hmm.
then that imbalance is going to be there and cause a problem in that relationship. And in turn, like I said, I bet you there's probably a high number. There could be a high number in divorce. It could be, I don't know. So I think the important things that I was trying to get to when it comes to commitment is something that's on both sides.
Right. Right.
It's got to be strongly on both sides.
Mm-hmm.
You have to understand that your commitment in your relationship, even though you have a job that has you committed to that job with the energy, is you have to take that time out to be, as you said, rejuvenate yourself,
Yeah.
get yourself together, which we talk about that.
Right.
And we don't mean going down to the bar before you come here.
No.
Take a drink.
No.
Of course, they could have a teacher's bar, but they don't.
Yeah. Right.
To get yourself together,
Mm-hmm.
to be able to put energy back in. Because there's many times
Right.
you come home, I'm kind of exhausted myself, even though I don't have a whole bunch of kids to talk to, a whole bunch of people to talk to. I'm doing a lot on the internet for a nonprofit, and the
Mm-hmm.
research that I'm doing
Yeah.
takes a lot of energy out. And I'm looking to be able to have a conversation with you, who I care and love, and all that
Yeah.
good stuff. And you're like, when you come home, and like,
I don't have another word in me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. You don't have much in you at all. From
Right.
that.
You know. And so you just have to find ways to make that. And then with our commitments, once I get home,
Mm-hmm.
it's really, it's difficult, but it's not difficult.
Mm-hmm.
Now, um, driving the extra distance, I use that time to
Mm-hmm.
put the day into perspective and to prepare for the rest of the day, when I do get home. And when I can just have that that quiet time like that
Hmm.
with just my thoughts, that's the me time. So that when I get home, there's us time that I can be committed to.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, for me, because of the fact that, the whole taking the journey together is something that has been a concept and an idea of friendship in my mind for quite a while. I've been doing it for quite a while,
Hmm.
even before I met you, is
Right.
the belief system and actually, being a catalyst to let people know about it. Um, 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 then I usually keep in my mind that if I'm in connected in a relationship, I'm going to be a communicator. I
Hmm.
am going to be that person that is going to try to commit to being connected.
Right.
Many times it's a role, it's not a traditional or stereotype thing that males will do.
Hmm.
But yet there's some males who are and do
Yeah.
that, of different cultures, who are trying to connect, trying to make those sure that they stay communicative to their
Hmm.
particular
Yeah.
partner. And I see a lot of young men are trying to do that now. The ones that I
Hmm.
work with, they really are trying to stay connected and communicative to their particular mate, and not feeling like, well, that's just what a woman does. Is supposed to talk
Right.
and communicate. I just don't say nothing, couple of 3 words like John Wayne Clayton, Eastwood, and so
Yeah.
on and so forth.
And see, and that's the reason that I have
Hmm.
issues with gender roles,
Hmm.
gender stereotypes,
Yes, exactly.
gender expectations.
Hmm.
If we can change it to human roles, human
Got to
expectations,
have the word to start treating people like human.
yeah,
Racism, sexism, and other ones don't treat people
yeah,
necessarily like humane,
and
and they're
that
not too
even
humane in treating people like human.
exactly, and that even rolls into the relationships too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's one of those issues that is not that's not talked about enough.
Hmm.
Yeah. So we need to put some focus on that too, so that we can. So getting back to what you asked, that's one of the reasons why
Hmm.
I think I bring it up a lot, is
Hmm.
because it's very prevalent in me. Every day when I leave the job, I consciously know that I need to get some time away. And then sometimes when we talk
Hmm.
to each other on the phone when I'm on the way home,
Hmm.
we have a great conversation. And
Hmm.
then when I get home, it's like,
Hmm. Hmm. You look at me and I look at you and go, "Who's that?
yeah,
You didn't sound the same way that you did on the
exactly.
phone."
Yeah, because when I stop, I still haven't, gotten
Hmm.
myself out of that. I don't want to say performance mode,
Hmm.
but it's kind of what it is. And so, yeah.
Well, as we talk about commitment, and we just got through seeing up above that commitment is like remodeling the house.
Hmm.
Remodeling the house is just another metaphor way of talking about commitment. It's planning. You got to figure, because there's cost in it, and there's anticipation because it can be messy, and it takes greater determination. All of those things say that there's work involved with it.
Yes.
And see, what you're just talking about is that there is work that has to be involved. I'm at home. Excuse me. I'm coming from work. I'm coming home. I now have to then what? Work again as I was at
Yeah,
school. And even
exactly.
though it's easier at school to do my work because I've been trained very well to do this, and you are a very good teacher, there's no doubt about it. I've
Thank
been in
you.
your class from that end, and many kids come up to you after school and different places we go to, tell them how much their life has been changed because of you. So you definitely put a lot of your passion in who you are in the school. That same passion in who you are
Hmm.
also is the same passion in who you are that is to be committed in your relationship. It's a
Exactly.
vow that was
Exactly.
made in your relationship.
Exactly.
So that energy then to get back in your relationship is the energy that you have at school. But in
Hmm.
this case, you turn that energy, move that energy, or I usually use the word, expand that energy to the person that you actually vow
Right.
to.
Right.
So the importance is understand is that your ability, and when it comes to energy, your ability to go past the boundaries that you think that you don't have, you
Hmm.
actually have it. How many
Right.
times have you went out of the boundaries to help somebody who was a kid at your school, and you didn't really have to, you didn't really want to, but you stayed after school anyway?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Tired as can be, really not feeling
Yeah.
good, but you did because your passion had a love for that child and you want to
Hmm.
do it. Well, see, that same kind of ability you have is the same kind of ability that you have and should use in a relationship that you vow to say that I'm committed to. And
Right.
sometimes we lose our bearing in commitment. We
Hmm.
do. And
Yeah.
we talked about that on our radio program, where our commitment might be to our job.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
We're committed. Might be to the biggest one we find. Committed to our family. Okay.
Uh-huh.
I'm
Uh-huh.
going to do whatever mama want me to do. I'm gonna do whatever daddy want me to do. I know that daughter who's been using that mind game, making me feel guilty through a good trip for years. I'm gonna do whatever she wants to do.
Yeah.
I'm sorry I can't deal with you right now. Even though I made a commitment to you, mate, I can't do it because I gotta go with them. So that does happen.
You know, son needs this, that, or the other.
Exactly.
There's a football game that I got to go to, and
Gotta watch.
yeah,
Are you right in the house?
yeah, I got to go and watch him play football, and you know, got to go.
Yeah, gotta go.
Stop.
What I'm referring to is that expansion has everything to do with how do you balance your ability to be able to love. I mean, love, as we know, you don't own it, but you can possess it, and in turn, you can be a channel for it to move through you.
Yes.
And love built and made everything that's around us. All that
Exactly.
exists is because of love.
Yeah.
Or God. God is just what he mean when it came, but that's the energy of love.
But
So
I was
you have the
going to say
ability to
it's
do
all
that.
still
You
love.
have that ability, that channel to expand further than that. And you don't want to limit yourself to that, which is why I think we use the word unconditional love.
Right.
It can stretch. It can go further than that.
Borderless.
It is. Usually we find that happening in stressful situations. All stressful situations, we'll find that if we even have it from the standpoint of being that vehicle or conduit for them to go through. Some of us are stuck like Chuck, and we don't give a, the rest of it. It ain't going nowhere.
Exactly.
And it ain't going to take all that anyway, and I'm not going to be the one.
And you'll find out where your tolerance level begins and ends, and you'll also find out what your belief system truly is.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah,
that's all right. The valve, we paid attention to it, allows it to expand, and it has a cycle to it.
Yeah.
Good and bad, rich or poor. It's a cycle to it. And life is all about cycles.
Yeah.
Anyway, in the first place, we run and exist as cycles in the first place. So being able to balance your cycle is important in your relationship. We ain't gonna always see eye to eye. We're not going to always smile in front of one another. We're not going to always have time with one another, which is why I brought that up to you, because I would really never bring it up. I'm usually bringing it up to you, let you know that you still need to find more time to connect and be committed to the relationship, because I know that you can and have the ability to do that. But I also know that to be able to do that is you have to be understanding enough that you have to manage your time and put it on a scale called balance.
Yes.
And that's what life is about in the first place, because ain't no such thing, as I always say, as perfect anyway.
Right.
And our relationship, thriving relationship, healthy relationship, is all built on balance. How do you balance that out? Do you every day try to look some ways to balance it? Sometimes when you come home and you don't feel well, I don't necessarily, dump on you what in turn has been going on. And I've been researching. I'll wait to another time and then bring it to you. I try to do a lot more than I usually do, but I wait to another time. That's a balance. And that's the same thing with you. And you do that a lot. There's some things on your mind you don't want to say it to me, and I even bring it up to you. Go, I will. And then sometimes I get frustrated because you said, well, I want to tell you at another time. It's your time, but you want to do that because your time you have a right to. But still, timing's important. That's part of that balance.
Yes.
Is finding that timing. What you think about
that? And I agree with that. But sometimes when you say, I'll tell you at another time, it's a matter of getting it together on how it is to be presented where it makes sense. Or I'm still resting my mind from that. And
resting your mind or wrestling in your mind?
Resting from that whole situation, whatever was going on, so that I can speak it in more of a detached from.
But you don't have to do that all the time. Sometimes you need to spit it out how it came, how you felt,
and sometimes I do. And sometimes
not
I do.
much. Not much.
No,
you don't do that
because
you hold it in too much.
I do. And one of those things is everything is still caught up in what went on at the job. And that's the thing. I either
get off your chest sometimes.
Yeah. Sometimes I do.
I can handle it.
But do you want to hear? And that's my problem. I which is one of the things that we talk about is that not here, that we talked about before with the toxicity. Get out of my head. Instead of me saying for you to get out of my head, I need to sometimes get out of my head. And just not think things through so much, so that I can, respect you enough to share that with you.
Mm.
And that's one of the things that we don't do. We don't
Mhm.
realize that sharing things is also a sense of respect.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
you
Yes.
know
Yeah.
and trusting the person that you're sharing it with to say, I understand, or
Mhm.
to say, I don't understand, I don't
Mhm.
get it, but it's okay that I don't get it. Thank you for sharing it with me.
Exactly.
you know
And that calls for that other side. We talked about that when it came to the bridge statements,
Mhm.
because sometimes the frustration and fights in the relationship is just as you said. I don't know how to say this to him, but I don't want
Yes.
to hurt his feelings, or
Right.
vice versa. So you
Mhm.
say every other thing than what is really on your mind,
Yes.
and it becomes an argument
Yeah.
because you're nearly not getting to the very root
Mhm.
of what the problem
Right.
is. And
Right.
that bridge statement would, in this particular case, would be said in that matter. I don't want to hurt your feelings, and that's not one of the intentions I'm trying to do. I just want you to be a sounding board
Right.
to me right now.
Mhm.
So can you just let me say what I feel, how I feel it? It don't really take it personally, because I just need you as being a sounding board. Now, see
Exactly.
that part that you just talked about that has to do with you getting out of your own head, because
Mhm.
sometimes you do and you will get those parasitic thoughts that would
Yes.
be eating at you.
Mhm.
Say you're a failure. Say you're imposters. They call it
Yes. You
imposter
don't
thoughts,
belong.
and they may not be true whatsoever.
Right.
And but yet at the same time, you may want to have some way to be able to decipher that or
Mhm.
sift through it. Okay.
Yes.
One thing is for sure: if you're not going to be able to speak it in such a way that they don't take upon those thoughts,
Mhm.
thinking it's them, then they ain't gonna help you out.
Not at
So that's
all.
that
Not
that be
at
one of the
all.
reasons why you have to say it front. I'm
Mhm.
really not, blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
But I just love to have you just bounce this off to you.
Yeah.
Just listen
Yeah.
from there.
I have a problem,
Mhm.
especially if you're dealing with somebody that's a captain savior.
Mhm.
You need to say, I have a problem, I have a situation. I don't want you to solve it. I just want to hear it out loud.
I'm gonna save you here.
That
I'm Pirate Blackbeard. I'm ready to
no,
save you
that
now.
would be Whitebeard.
Okay, Whitebeard, I'm ready to save you now.
I am what I am,
Exactly.
and I'm a savior. So yeah.
I'm the Black Savior Man. Well, that's a lot of headache and a lot of energy that you waste too doing that. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
And so, to say, but then if that's said, then you
Mhm.
need to honor the fact that there's not and okay, folks, I say you, but I'm not
Mhm.
talking about you. I'm
Mhm.
talking the you in general.
Mhm.
Before people are saying, "Oh yeah, that's the way he is." No, 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 no.
Mhm.
You have to honor the fact that your partner don't want you to make the decision for them. They need to work it out for themselves to feel viable themselves.
Exactly.
You know, um, and even though and I get this all the time with kids. They come to me with a problem that I know they can solve,
Mhm.
and I want to just tell them, just here's your common sense moment. Just do this,
Mhm.
and instead, I have to back off and let them work
Work
their
for
way
themselves.
through it. And that's the same thing in the relationship. When you're committed to helping each other.
Exactly.
But helping each other is not always doing it for them.
Exactly. Well, my bless my mom's heart and everything else about her, and she grew us up in such a way that if you're a real man, you got to save them. You got to be the captain that rides out on the ponytail. Excuse me, that rides out on the horse and
Into the
into the
sunset.
sunset
Yeah.
with them. And
While she's
what
falling off
goes
the
on the
horse.
next day, I don't know.
Yeah.
But I mean, she kind of set us up to be captain saviors in so many words.
Because she wanted to be saved, but not every
Exactly.
woman wants to be saved.
Yeah.
Some women want to be
I don't.
helped,
I,
but
I
not
don't. I don't
saved.
necessarily think that at my age now that everybody needs to be saved. Remember I told Ben one time, one of the young men that we work with, that not everybody is going to be saved. Not
Right.
everybody wants to be saved.
Exactly.
Some people just want to do what they want to do.
Yes.
And you got to know when to fold up. No. And know when to walk away, know when to run.
And in a relationship, in a
Mhm.
committed relationship,
Mhm.
you also need to know when to be open, honest, and transparent.
Exactly.
And what is open, honest,
Honest and
and
transparent. I
transparent?
don't know.
Here it
Since you're talking,
comes. It is
bring
hot. You knew
Bring it
the
up to the camera.
you knew the button was going to come out sooner or
Yes.
later. It is hot. You gotta be hot, people. You gotta
Yes.
be hot.
$5 to this beautiful
To ATR.
streaming ATR. Send it to them.
Send it
Email
to us
us.
and we'll get it to them.
Or you can send it directly to them. Just say it's in care of the Taking the Journey show. I'm pretty sure they'll have no problem taking that. They hear us talking about it too. By the way,
Yes.
at the same time, want to let you know that our nonprofit organization called Unity and Community, you get the telephone number down there. We're looking for vendors. We're looking for good vendors
912-495-8838.
right on River Street. Our shameless plug too. So if you want to be part of that, we're also looking at trying to put together a nice relationship couple dinner in where's that? Savannah. Don't
Yeah.
know exactly where it is. Oh, we do, but we're still working on it. So it's a surprise sometime late
It's a date
October
night.
or November. Be date night. Get a chance to get to see and get around us face to face and see if we act the same way, or maybe we're like, nah, we don't want to talk to you. I don't know what it is. But anyway, we'd love to have you be part of that. I think you'll enjoy yourself, but you get a chance to get closer to your mate in a relationship. We'll make sure that you do. and you'll make sure that you do with some of the stuff that we do.
Right.
But we always want to make sure that intimate portion is, because we want to be friends too, but we also want to make sure we have that lover or the romance side, and that sarcastic side, that fun side, that side that's more creative. You don't have too many cutting edges.
Yes. And the fun side and the that's the friendship side. And then we have the lover side that we all bring together in what we call a date night.
Exactly.
A wow date night. So space.
You said it better, I guess.
It's just
you added on, said it better.
Yeah, I added on. I gave a little bit more detail.
I know.
Just a little more detail.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. But if space is going to be limited. So let us know if you're interested so that we can kind of pencil you in.
Well, we got first give them a date and time so then they can RSV.
That's why I said pencil you in early.
Well, they can't do that now until we give them a date or time.
Interest.
Ooh, okay, so you're saying that before you get a date and time, you want to see if they want to interest?
If they're interested in it, they can let us know.
Okay. Well, then she just said it. If you're interested in it, I'm gonna go right up here.
Just shoot something to us.
Right there, Taking the Journey. There it is.
Yes.
So email address ttjt@takingthejourney.com.
No. Taking the Journey.
It's coming around again.
Okay.
It's coming around again. You can sit right down. Where's it? Right there. Can I go past that? I can't. I can't go past. I can't. No, I can't go past. No, there it is right here. It's coming. That's the website address.
The website.
There's the email.
And ttjt at takingthejourney-together.com.
Exactly.
ttjt at takingthejourney-together.com.
If you're interested, we'd love to have you come. You could get a special dinner that comes along with it. Going to have want to have games that night. You'll really love it. You really will. We just want to get a number count and see those who are interested. It'll be in Savannah too. Yeah, definitely be in Savannah.
No big traveling.
Where are we at time wise?
We've got about 7 more minutes.
7 more minutes.
Yes, so we're doing okay.
Where are we at?
We kind of grabbed on a few things in that one thing that we were talking about. Here's a good one. You see a future together.
Okay.
Some people are just going through day to day, and it's like, well, we're here. He's here. She's here. You're coming home late. Okay. That's as far as the future goes. But can you see yourselves together down the road? Can you see where you're going to be living in 5 years? Can you see what you're going to be doing next week? Are you planning things for the future? Are you planning a cruise? You can't do that today and go on it tomorrow. Things like that. That's where are you two in the future? Not here. You just left me hanging.
Was you asking me that question?
No, I was waiting for something else, for you to chime in with something else.
Oh, the only thing I was thinking at the time is trying to get those pictures that we need to put on our passport.
Yeah.
Talk about future.
Yes,
because we got some other countries that we've been invited to that we need to get that
get
passport together, make
passport
that
ready
happen.
so we can go.
Talk about the future. That's where my head was
Exactly.
at.
Yeah.
Like, oh
And
man,
when I turned around, I
we've been
noticed you
kind
had
of hold that
zoned.
off, and
Yeah, we got to
we
get
got to get
on
that
it.
taken care
Got
of.
to
Stay
get
on
on
it.
it. It takes a minute to get your passport.
Yeah.
So,
Well, it all depends what you pay for it, but
well,
you just need to get it taken care of.
exactly. And see, and that's planning for the future.
Yes.
For some people, it is planning a family. It's, planning what city you want to live in, what state you want to live in. It's, things of that sort. Where are we going to have Christmas dinner this year?
Mm-hmm.
Eh, those are plans. What are we going to do next summer? Where are we going? Um, Career wise, are you going to stay in the same job that you're in?
Are
So
we?
no.
I didn't think so. I didn't think you were gonna do that.
No. I'm staying another 10, 15 years
Another
in
10.
this
Say
in
what?
this job. Yeah, that's what I say too. Ain't gonna happen.
Oh no. Well, I mean, what you like to do is going to be a little bit of it.
Oh, well, yeah, but it's not going to be the same type of situation.
Oh yeah, it won't be the same
Yeah.
way at all. No doubt about
But
it.
see, we've talked about this.
Yes.
And so we see the direction we're going to go and how we're going to make it happen in the future.
Mhm.
Okay? So, that's a big one. And, and from that end, how do you support one another in those plans that you're making? So,
Mm.
help me.
Well, I was trying to help you. You doing good by yourself.
I know.
I don't know why you all shaking up over that.
No, because I miss hearing you chiming in.
Oh, well,
and
one
stuff.
time we're gonna have you do it by yourself, like I had to do by myself, and see just how many people still listen.
Probably
Yeah.
me.
Yeah,
But
no, there'll be some people listen. No, they listen with me. They can listen with you.
Yeah.
But the show is about together.
It
no
is.
doubt about it.
I and I felt so bad because I couldn't chime in any way at that. I couldn't even get in on the text
Yeah, well,
and stuff. So
introduce each other to important people in lives.
yes,
Yeah, that's an important thing.
It is.
Sometimes it's definitely more than just your kids.
yeah, more than your
Your
kids,
friends.
more than your family. It's your
Mhm.
friends, it's your coworkers, and sometimes it's. This is gonna sound crazy,
Mhm.
but sometimes important people in your life are people you don't even like.
Mm.
You know,
Because they might like it. Yeah.
no,
Other may-
it's some where I worked before.
Mhm.
It was more of a connected family type. Everybody just kind of connected with each other, and it was a lot of fun. And we talked a lot. We did things together.
Mhm.
We went on trips together. And this was like a good deal of the faculty
Mhm.
that did this together. We called them faculty field trips. We would
Oh,
take,
okay.
and you know so, but sometimes there were people within that group that you were not that fond of because there was, you
Mhm.
don't like everybody just because they're
Oh,
there,
yeah.
but still it's important to introduce your partner to those people too.
Yeah.
You know.
Sometimes you have a hard time doing that when it's with the kids, the children. You be talking to them, I'm standing right there, saying nothing.
And you know what that's about? I'm so used to having them one-on-one.
I can
that-
tell that because they ain't
and-
looking at me at all.
I know. And then that's what throws me off because
It makes me feel uncomfortable sometimes.
I know. And I'm doing better about that, I
If
think.
there was a snotty nosed little kid that said how good they liked with you, I'm like, I don't want to know you anyway. Because if I was a teacher in class, I'd be whooping your ass.
Oh. No, but you know what? I don't even have that. I had one today say, I don't want you to I don't want you to talk to my mom because she'll give you permission to whip me and you probably will do it too.
That's back in those days.
Yeah. No.
Ain't no days now.
Well, you still can.
Yeah, you're right.
It is
I
still
don't open
on.
a can of worms.
No, it's still on the law books
I can't
in
believe that.
in Georgia.
And why am I not surprised?
Yeah, exactly.
A big, long, good paddle.
Yeah.
And have Georgia on your behind. I mean, on your mind. I'm looking at it first and go, okay, bam, bend over. Ooh,
Yeah. Yeah, but I always hated it. I would never spank a child.
You
'Cause
better spank yours because they spoiled brats now.
And I did enough of it.
Really,
I
think so.
definitely did
I
enough
don't
of
think
it,
so.
which
Okay.
was too much. But yeah,
Mhm.
I think there are other ways to do it, and that's another story all along the way.
It is.
So let's make some plans together.
Plans.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, and making plans together is something that we have to do right now.
Yep.
Yeah.
One of the plans is we have to say so long, goodbye.
Yes.
Thank you for being on the show. We just got the wave that this is close to the show to be over, but hopefully you took something with you. Hopefully you always take something with you and use it today, tomorrow, or the next day. Stay committed and make sure you expand your commission until
Your committedness.
well, committed. I don't even say until the last days of your life.
No.
For some reason, I didn't want to say that.
Well, until the end.
Yeah, until the end.
Yes.
All right, engineer, if you're there, take us off. We're ready to go. If not, I guess I probably will have to. Give him a couple seconds.
Yes.
What do you think?
We'll see you next week.
Next week.
Like this.